Welcome to the reporting room. We have Dr. Amanda and Dr. Kirri back with us today, and we're discussing things about whole body MRI, but this is a subject that nobody is talking about.
And they need to.
Oh, wow. Kirri, it sounds like you've got something to say on this topic. Tell us more.
I really do. Everybody is harping on and on about incidental findings or indeterminate findings or overdiagnosis. All very important issues that need to be managed.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody is talking about false negatives. When you have a whole body MRI or another scan, but in this case we're talking about whole body MRI, and the scan is performed inadequately and you have cancer but you think you don't.
Okay, so they're saying you're all clear, but you're actually not. You've got something in there.
Correct.
Okay.
And before we go any further, don't forget that radiologists report on abnormality. So if they don't see it on a scan, it will say no abnormality detected.
Yeah.
What they really mean is no abnormality detected within the limitations of that scan. So if you have a very inaccurate scan, there's a lot that's going to be missed.
Yeah.
If you have a very, very accurate scan, there will still, no scan is 100%, but that proportion of false negatives is much, much smaller. But nobody is talking about the topic at all. And if you guys don't mind, I've got a graphic.
Okay. Yeah, bring it up.
Okay, so when you have a scan, you either have the disease or you don't have the disease.
Yep.
Now, if you have the disease and the scan picks it up, that's called a true positive.
True positive.
True positive.
You've got the disease. It's there.
And the scan picked
And
it
it
up.
shows
That's what the aim of the game is. Tick.
True
Great.
positive. Yep.
Okay. Now, if you don't have the disease and the scan doesn't pick it up, that's called a true negative. That's also the aim of the game. Both of those. Yep, exactly. Well, that's what we're looking for. We want, if you've got it, it picks it up. If you don't have it, it doesn't pick it up.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets a little more tricky. Okay. If you don't have the disease or have a disease that's life-threatening, in this case, we're just grouping it all together.
Yeah.
But it finds something.
Yeah.
That's where that group of indeterminate findings are.
Okay.
Now, all tests will have this.
Yeah.
No test is 100% accurate. And that's called a false positive. Now, it's not the best outcome because that's where we introduce things like additional testing to find out, what's wrong with it or whether it is cancer. You've got the financial and the stress burden associated with that additional testing, and the psychological effects as well.
Yeah.
So that's the false positives.
So you think you've got a disease, but it ends up not being anything.
Yeah, or you need more testing. They say we've identified something, but you need more testing.
More stuff.
And that's where most of the negative narrative associated with whole body MRI focuses.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's what everybody's talking about.
Okay.
But what about false negatives?
Ooh.
Where you have the disease, but the scan didn't pick it up. That is the biggest risk in whole body MRI.
That's scary.
It is.
Reassurance.
Double negatives. We don't want that.
No. So if you have a false negative, it's just going to delay treatment. It's going to introduce this false sense of security and confirmation bias associated with that because none of us want to be sick and the test said I was clear, but in 3 years' time, I'm getting symptoms. But don't worry, I had the whole body MRI and I was clear. So there's a lot of issues raised by false negatives that aren't being addressed, which increase your risk.
Yeah.
So false negatives are not being talked about. And we really need to start talking about it because both the false positives and the false negatives are heavily affected by the accuracy of the scan.
Yes. Okay.
So that's where I think the narrative needs to be more
shift.
Focused.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting in any way, shape or form that we don't address those other issues, but I haven't seen a single concerned person on social media they're all talking about don't have the scan because of an incidental finding. But no one's talking about false negatives.
The real risk.
Correct.
Yeah.
And how they're affected by the accuracy of the scan.
Yes, absolutely. They're just throwing it all into one big pot maybe and being like, all of them are treated in the same way when it's just not factual.
Yeah. Every scan has limitations.
Yeah.
The aim of the game is to get as few false positives and as few false negatives as possible.
As we can.
So, and that is all heavily dependent
Mm.
on how the scan is performed.
Yeah.
And the machine that it's performed on and who's performing it, whether it's calibrated. All of those same issues that we keep raising, but people are just sort of grouping. Whole body MRI, doesn't matter if it's being done on a 1.5 in 20 minutes or on a 3T over 2 hours with complementary scanning. They're all being grouped together.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything to add in that space, Amanda?
Well, I guess they're not like technical. I guess they are technical limitations and the lack of capabilities in these other full body providers. But I think it's just they're missed opportunities for finding something and false reassurance. And, you're feeling great, but did you waste your money?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot to add here because I think Kirri covered it really well, but no one is talking about false negatives. And it's really something we need to turn our mind to when we're looking at, is this technology right in this space?
And that's what we're here to do. We're wanting to challenge the status quo, but also bring all of the issues to awareness of people so that they know, what they're choosing when they're trying to find a whole body MRI provider.
There's no point in doing a test if it's 50-50.
No. So it's better to not have a test?
Absolutely. In this case, something is not better than nothing.
Okay.
So in whole body MRI, something is not always better than nothing. And there is a point of inflection, which we will get into in another episode. But if a scan is not performed to a level that meets the expectation of what the patient's understanding is, then there's no point in doing it.
Yeah.
That's just giving them false reassurance. Yeah. It's the illusion of medicine. And I have seen whole body MRIs that at best could detect late stage cancer when you've already got the symptoms. So they're advertising themselves as an early detection tool when they can't do it at all. So that's a huge issue with me.
Yeah, so I can see that you're really passionate about that subject, Kirri, and I think that we'll go a little bit more in another future episode because I think false negatives is a big one and we need to bring that more to the forefront. So thanks for sharing all that info today and joining us again in the reporting room.
Thank you, Carly.
Great.
Yay.
Thanks, Kirri.